Bridge Piers. Okay, so we got to go back to St. Albans. All right. Let's pop back to Baker Street and examine this glass thing. What book you reading, Sherlock?
He puts it down and just never picks it up.
be pretty funny if, like, Sherlock just suddenly angrily chucks it out the window.
Well, at least these can't be rotated.
I've been playing a really fun game about this.
About this? Is it a puzzle? Is it just like
yes,
a jigsaw puzzle?
Specifically.
It's a game about stained glass, and it's kind of like horror, spooky themed, and you're putting stained glass monsters together, and it's a puzzle game. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that is pretty neat. It actually, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I was peaked for a moment when you said that, because there's actually a very successful board game which is based off of creating stained glass windows. Sort of a weird genre, but apparently
Watson,
it has
could you please use
multiple
this
different
negative
iterations.
and your photographic equipment to process the photograph.
Oh, that's a photograph plate. I thought it was ancient. Never mind.
That's a glass negative. No.
Thank you, Watson. Now I must use reagents
No,
to
come
develop
on.
the photograph.
Oh,
I also thought it was ancient as well.
And by reagents, we mean we're going to swab this thing. Gotta swab it real good.
Ooh, it's the people from the mining company. The A mining, whatever.
We a mine.
We a
Where
mining
they finally
company.
ended up.
Ice cream.
They ended up in
Ice.
Egypt, I guess.
Salt. Sir Rodney. Another archaeologist.
Ice
most
and
likely.
ice cream.
No, that's Jesus. He just decided to show up hanging out for a
Pyramids
while.
of Giza in Egypt. Ice cream in the desert. We are
Thank you,
indebted
Sherlock.
to the Romans who developed the technique.
So that's it. Salt.
Wait, did
crushed
Romans have
may
ice cream?
help to create ice cream.
They had ice makers.
Did they really?
Yeah.
How? How does
Yeah,
that work?
you'd be surprised. There's ice all over the place. Like ice
Isn't that
makers
what
in
he
North
just
Africa.
said? Salt and crushed
Yeah, it's-
ice?
Yeah, salt definitely like accelerates the freezing factor, but also if you manage your wind properly and like use underground spaces, you'd be surprised how cold you can get things as long as it's not like blazing hot out in the desert.
How are we doing an ice experiment? This isn't Sherlock Holmes. This is Mythbusters.
Actually, no. The worst
need to
Mythbustery
pour
one
water
was:
inside
can I
the
chuck a harpoon at a steak and have it actually react like a human being body? Like that. That's the most Mythbustersy. Let's be honest.
I think Sherlock Holmes probably just really wants ice cream.
Salt, and then the mixing. It should be elementary. We need to reach.
Do you know that in the Victorian
Oh.
era, if they wanted ice
Before
in the
they freeze the
summertime,
water
they
inside the
wanted
mine.
ice
Before
like
beginning,
blocks.
I must remember that I
They would
have enough
literally
ice
ship
and
them from
salt
the United
for no
States
more
from
than
this like
4
one
attempts.
particular lake.
Ice, salt. A block of ice.
Like you just get these big chunks of ice and you pack them in sawdust,
Temperature is
and then you just
reducing.
ship them across the fucking Atlantic Ocean.
I like that Watson is trying to encourage you by telling you that when you put ice on things, it gets colder.
Ice, salt.
Fucking... No, stop stealing my mouse.
You need more salt.
No, Josh thought he'd
Oh.
try it without salt first, just as sort of a
I
test.
see. I don't know how Roman ice making actually worked, so...
Do you salt the ice or do you salt the thing?
Yes.
You salt everything.
Put
okay.
it everywhere. Put it in the ice cream. Oh, you got... Wait, what? Did you do it?
He reset. He reset.
Yeah, he fucked
yeah,
up.
we
So
don't
he had, he had an urchin run and grab like another 20-pound block of ice.
Before beginning, I think that ice should...
Okay, so ice pick, ice brick, pour ice in,
The temperature.
Make it like a
add
sandwich.
salt. Do I wait for it to stop going down from that and then salt it? Is that how you do it?
Sure. Like the idea that you just did it completely haphazardly at first.
Forgot the salt was there.
Excellent. Now we must check to ensure that it is adequately frozen. An ice weapon for a cold-blooded murder. An ice knife. A surprising and yet a very brilliant idea.
It's the perfect weapon. It enables one to kill a man and then...
I feel like an ice knife would be really hard to use.
It's the perfect crime.
That said, we did find that his blood was watery.
Also, that champagne bottle outside there suddenly seems like it matters a lot
Yeah.
more.
Anytime anyone says that they have like a perfect crime idea, it's always like hilariously bad. Like the ice knife is, I think, a classic example.
So that turns into the silver weapon.
For one thing, like, if you have a weapon which is, like, approximately, like, which is at or slightly better than the quality of just, like, an icicle, disposing of it will not actually be difficult. Like, getting rid of an object is not hard.
Yeah, what is up with the windows in this scene?
It's foggy.
It's London, it's foggy.
Icy, even. Yeah, look at all this, like, look at all this snow on the ground, this tundra, you know, you can see your breath
Yeah.
fogging up before you.
I'm sorry, I'm still not over the torch thing.
Oh my god.
It's not a torch, there's no fire!
Is this
my
the
God.
bridge here? Arch of Hadrian, okay. Oh, okay, hang on. I think I know what we're doing. Okay. Bridge piers seem to... Okay, so we need to find something in the bridge here. Or maybe this isn't what we're looking at. What else would be a bridge here? Not that.
Case closed, but still open until I've solved it. Seriously, I will give somebody $50 to make this game about Pikachu. Bonus points if you take out all the Roman gods and replace them with other Pokemon.
The legendary Pokemon, of course.
Yes.
Like Arceus, right? Right?
That's the first one you went with?
if
Is
this were
that one of the legendary Pokemons? Arceus?
I don't know if that's
I mean,
how
it
it's
is.
pronounced. Is it?
I look. I'm just like, you guys are discussing legendary Pokemons,
This is
and
the
my
map
brain
the
just kind
site.
of dislodged
We are at
that
the
like a
heart of
cat
an
that had
old
been holding
Roman
onto a
city.
hairball. I have the
Oh,
slightest
the bridge is up
idea,
there.
the slightest idea of where this fits into the context of the Pokemon canon.
They're the fancy ones.
That's
Okay.
actually something I haven't considered. Is Detective Pikachu canon to the games? And I mean the movie Detective Pikachu.
No.
What do you think, Josh?
I believe Detective Pikachu takes place in a world where Pokemon battling has largely been made illegal, both the game and the film, I believe.
We should use
So it's not in the mainline Pokemon universe as I understand it. But I am not a Pokemon expert.
Oh, I didn't see everything.
I got a story, which is I like it doesn't directly
There
relate
might
to
be
anything
something
except the whole
behind
Ice
these
Knife
names.
thing, but I'm gonna save it
Okay. Thanks for the
because Josh
heads
has
up.
to find a way of getting there.
God damn it! This is the rope bridge, isn't it?
You got to build the cat. You got to build the grabby hook.
Yep. So first you have to assemble a crossbow using these common household items. Like a mechanical winding, a shutter groove, a crossbow handle joint, and a bow.
Where?
What if I told you that it just lets you completely fuck up the design of this crossbow? Okay, so now you need a grappling hook. And a rope.
And rope.
And I'm just going to tell you where
Where
they
those
are
hooks
because they're
store?
somewhere in this area. Oh yeah, okay, you remember the hooks are. And then there's also a rope.
They were down
We passed
here,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you remember where they are, that's fine. Okay, so it feels like at this point, forums don't really exist too much anymore. Like I'm sure everybody had there was
Yeah,
like
they
one
kinda
forum which is
died.
still around. And that's because like as much as I don't really like Reddit, I think that in many ways that structure of holding a conversation is like it has a lot of advantages over forum structure, which is always kind of ungainly. Having only one linear sequence of conversation, which probably does not represent only one conversation, is ultimately pretty confusing and lends itself to lots of problems, like the one I'm about to tell a story about.
Uh-huh.
So the first forum I ever read was the Elder Scrolls forum, because I was on the ElderScrolls.com trying to find out information about the awesome new video game Oblivion, which I was really looking forward to. And this was back when you could get away with being a company that just had like no fucking moderation, except a couple volunteers on like your main company website. And it was kind of a shit show, honestly. But I remember lots of threads very vividly, but one of them in particular was a guy started a thread like perfect crimes, and then the first post just said something like, hey, post us all your perfect crimes so we can share them and learn. Like, for example, a guy gets stabbed by icicle, or a baby eats another baby. Go.
What?
And everyone's like, alright, slow up here. Eats a baby? Okay, well, hang on. Let's let Josh nail this minigame, which I think he's gonna do it first try. Okay? Yeah, yeah, you
Yes.
got it.
Sherlock Holmes, man famously comfortable with dealing with rivers.
Okay, second time's the charm. You got this. Yep. Just little more. Yep. All right. You're good. Don't get psyched out. All right. I think you actually figured out the trick.
Okay,
I have found
I gotta be honest, the fucking adventure game puzzle in the Frigidarium was a lot worse than that. You were building this up as this great big thing.
I don't know what to tell you, but I've talked to several people who did that puzzle, and none of us cracked it in under like
Are
15
we
minutes.
inside the
Most of
human
us, it was more like
temple,
20.
Holmes?
I am not sure. We had better be
So,
careful.
what, for those who did not just play it, what was the secret of that puzzle?
You have to take a step only when the arrow is up, or it gets really like you start to lose your balance and everything just gets really shifty.
But
I
also, like,
believe
when
what I
it
was
comes up with like,
experiencing there.
but also like when it comes up with like left and right arrows, like you really need to be pressing the buttons in just the right way, or else you like eat shit every time. So I think you sort of lucked into the right way of pressing them, which is good. So yeah, baby eats another baby, and
this symbol
so
in
he
the
came in
tunnels
when it
underneath
became
the
clear that nobody was
Frigidarium.
going to post their perfect crimes, but that everyone wanted to know more about this baby eats another baby scheme. He's like, all right, guys, look, I can't believe I have to explain this, but it's obvious. You got two babies in a crib, one of them eats the other, nobody suspects the baby.
Oh yeah, it just
what-
eats the entire other baby, and then nobody
they're like,
notices
what-
that other
what, like-
the skeleton or anything.
Like,
way should we
okay,
go?
so let's assume a baby
There
that
ought to be
had
some
teeth
clues
and the
here.
will to eat another
Let's take a look
baby, and the
around.
other baby didn't fight back. What we've got here is a baby covered in
I saw
blood,
this symbol in
who's
the
got a
tunnels
baby inside their
underneath the
stomach, and a
Frigidarium.
bloody baby skeleton.
I saw
This is not a
symbol in the
recipe for
tunnels
the perfect
underneath
crime.
the
This is just a
Frigidarium.
weird thing to think about.
I saw this symbol in the tunnels.
And he came in, he's like,
underneath
okay,
the
so if you ignore
Frigidarium.
it, let's just focus on our perfect crimes. I need
I
more
saw
perfect
this
crimes.
symbol in the
But then people would
tunnels
just
underneath
spend the
the
rest of the
Frigidarium.
thread trying to figure out a way to actually make it work.
That's pretty
Like, all right, like let's say, okay, baby, like the other baby dies, and baby puts the other baby, like grinds the bones up, bakes the bones into a nutrient-rich loaf, eats the loaf slowly soaked in milk over the course of several hours, defecates into a bag, disposes of the bag in a volcano. And I think one thing you can say about subreddits is that you won't see an entire thread hijacked by one stupid point like this, because like there's not just one thorough line of conversation, but it was kind of just, I don't know, there's something special about how you can make one mistake and then like no matter how interesting your topic is, no one's going to talk about it.
Was it one simple mistake though?
You know what? There were probably multiple mistakes. And this was before like that forum. I think it had avatars, but like you needed to be registered to the forum to see them. So like you knew nothing about who was posting these threads at all. Like, and it was like, you know, what was the demographics of this forum? Like, how old is the person posting this?
Yeah. So, who put all the torches up? Because those are here now.
You went and used the T word.
I did say that a torch is any light source which is still burning, despite no one plausibly being able to change the fuel in whatever remote location it's placed in. I don't know about this. Like, so I get game design, right? Because you gotta put torches in there for game design, because you know players got to see. And to an extent, that works for films too. But still, like, do you think people don't think about it? Like, think about, oh, why would a torch still be burning here? Or do you think they just don't give a shit, mostly? I feel like this level particularly, like more than the other levels, goes out to the adventure game fans.
Yeah, really.
Like, this could be, like, this, if you took a screenshot of this, I played this game, but if you had taken a screenshot of this and showed it to me, like, 2 hours ago, and you'd be like, what game is this from? I would have been like, Jesus, let me think about all the, like, disposable, bargain bin, pre-rendered adventure games my mom played in the 2000s and the late 90s. Like, Curse of Egypt, Quest for the Crystal.
This fucking game, I don't even, like, this is...
Well, we
This
have to
just
figure out which one
sucks.
weigh. You have to figure out what they weigh, right?
Right.
So start with comparing two of them. We know the gray is the heavy one, the big gray one on the left.
Yeah.
Medium gray that is on the middle one there, and I believe brown weigh the same. If we take everything off and oh wow, no, red is the heaviest.
Yeah, red seems like the heaviest one here.
Okay, I got a boss proposal. How about you and Watson just kind of lean on them?
So red's probably by its own.
Yeah, okay, so... Let's compare to the white one now. They weigh the same. That one's lighter.
So it'd be black and brown. Or no, black on its own. And with that one.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, okay.
So you figured it out.
I'm not entirely certain if that's even where I'm supposed to go.
It's like
I guess
we've
the
unlocked
next
it.
one is the
Let's see.
helmet here.
It's like we accidentally unlocked like a Riven game in the middle of our Sherlock Holmes game.
Yeah, really. What's next here? This. This is very extensive. There's a huge tunnel here that's underwater, under a river.
And presumably each of these tunnels branches, so...
Yeah. Okay, Sun, Moon, and Scythe. Whatever this is, right?
Jesus.
Yeah. Wait a minute, you can't just have a fork in the road. What?
Well, split up, you'll cover more ground.
Oh, they all go to the same one. Okay.
How about that scary whisper, though? Right?
Is Watson's wife still alive in this?
That's a good question. Probably. Let's see. This what year is this?
1890 something.
I'm not going that way. It's 1894, I think? 1895, something like that?
Okay.
Well, we made it.
Yeah, I think... Okay. Yes. Yeah, she died at some point between, the Reichenbach Falls and then the Adventure of the Norwood Builder is the first one where it, like, comes back. I think. Oh, no, wait, hang on.
Oh my
Well, we
God,
are way over
No,
time
the Adventure of the
now.
Empty House.
This lamp is not old. The oil is still fresh. Perhaps Sir Rodney passed by here.
No.
So did Sir Rodney make a rope bridge too?
Remember, he went no further.
Yeah.
than
Yes.
the catacombs underneath
Why do you think there's a crossbow lying around?
The murderer left this lamp.
Or I guess he never made it, but whoever did. Well, next week we'll figure out a solution to this crazy adventure game puzzle.
Maybe. I wouldn't count on it.
I doubt it. We're stuck here forever, so we better set up shop down here.
God damn it. Sherlock
There's
Holmes turns
waterfall.
into a merchant.
We can still have him fall. The canonical end of Sherlock Holmes can still happen.
So how do we, like, get food? Do we just eat Watson?
I mean, for a start.
Sherlock Holmes' first victim.